Right, good afternoon then everyone, welcome back to the channel. In the last couple of videos you would have seen me working on the R6, which is, where is it? Here it is. Getting it started, then getting the fuel tank all cleaned out and getting it rideable. So since then I've taken it for a bit of a spin down the road just to check it's all working and functioning. It is, which is nice. And it is now, what is it, Saturday, I think it is. I'm a bit turned around. I've just come back from holiday from Norway, so I don't really know what day it is, but I think it's Saturday. And next Friday is in for an MOT. So in this video, I'm going to be giving it a bit of a service and just generally giving it a check over, making sure it is ready for the MOT. So yeah, let's get on with it. That's a bit of preamble. Let's get the fuel tank off, get to the air filter, which is the first job we're going to do. It's a bit of a pig to get to. So fuel tank's off. Just got to take the top cover off the air filter, put a new filter element in. The only reason why I'm doing this is because when I was mucking about before, the air filter was pretty oily. So yeah, I'll get the filter changed now. Okay, so that's the air filter change, easy as that. Just need to put the fuel tank back on now, put it all back together. Hopefully put the fuel tank back on for the last time, because I've taken it on and off. I've lost count how many times. And then we can start warming up the engine, ready for an oil change. Right, that's pretty much done now then. Just to summarise what we have to do to put the fuel tank back on. You've got one bolt back here, which holds the back of the tank on. You've got two bolts at the front over here, which hold the front of the tank on. You have got two thin breather pipes, which essentially maintain air pressure inside the tank so you don't end up with a vacuum. You've got the main fuel pipe, as you'd expect, where the fuel goes through, and you've got the fuel sender connector as well. So that's the bit that tells you when you're low on fuel and sends a little light up to the dash. Right, fuel tank back on. I'm now going to delve into the Haynes manual to check a few things, and then I'm going to run the bike up, get it nice and warm, and drain the oil. You're right. No, just servicing it now. Right, that's got the bike in a bit of a better position. Next I'm going to remove the lower fairing so I can get it all the bits I need to. Start it running, get it nice and hot, drain the oil, change the filter, put oil back in, put the fairing back on, done. Easy as that, in theory. Found a little bit of a problem there. One of the screws that holds on the fairing on this side of the bike is completely rounded off. I've had a go at getting it off. I've used a little bit of aggression. I don't want to do anything further really, because I can't really cut it because it's in the fairing, so it's in a recess in the fairing. I don't want to use any heat because it's surrounded by plastic fairing and I'll melt it. So yeah, I don't really want to go any further than that, because the fairing is in pretty much perfect condition, to be honest, and I don't want to go putting chips and scrapes in it. So I'm probably going to do the same as what I think the previous person who serviced this bike probably did, which is just take off the other side fairing. I was going to try and take off the whole lower fairing because it is easier, and it does come off in just one big piece, but I can get away with just taking away the other side. So I'm going to do that instead and avoid the problem entirely. It's a little bit naughty. Hello, Jasper. Okay, I've come to the conclusion that I'm apparently going mad and everyone else is also going mad or something, I don't know. I was just going to do the oil filter on this one. I've taken the side panel off here. I went to go to the oil filter, which is tucked in behind here. I don't know if you can see, but the oil filter on this one appears to be what's called a cartridge type. So that's when you've got like a kind of cylinder built into the bike. You take the lid off, you pull the cartridge out, you put a new cartridge in and put the lid back on. However, in the manual that I'm using, it's a good old Haynes manual, and on the internet, every single filter for this bike is a canister type. So like this, which you literally screw on and off. There's no cylinder to go into or anything. And I can't find where to buy a cartridge type, so it doesn't appear to be an option for this bike. And it even says in the manual that it's definitely a canister type. So I've got no idea what's going on there, unless there's been some weird modification to this, or it's an import or something. I've got no idea. But either way, I've decided that because the oil looks lovely on this one, and it's only done 13,000 miles, I'm going to be lazy, and I'm just going to change the oil and not bother with the filter. Probably cheating, probably shouldn't do that, because I know oil filters do break down, but I can't get the part, and I'm halfway through it now. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. I don't think an oil change has been done on this one for a very long time, so that plug is pretty stuck, but got to break a bar. We'll get it. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. It definitely could use changing there. Like I said, it's been, I don't know, however many years since it was changed. A little bit murky, but it still looks like good oil. But we're here now, so let's change it. Right, put some fresh in. 2.5 litres apparently. That's one. That's two.
Jasper, what are you doing there?
Being very helpful. Okay, so drain the oil out and put the sump plug back in, torqued it up all nice. I've put the fairing panel on and topped it back up with oil, 2.5 litres. I have now run the bike, got it nice and warm, checked the oil level again, and it's all looking pretty good. So that's probably going to be me done for today. I think I'm going to do a bit more tomorrow maybe. The only job I've got left to do on here really is to do the brake fluid, because I don't know when that was done. So I'll give that a change tomorrow. Alright, good morning everyone. It is now the next day. And I'm going to come back and do a bit more work on the R6. Now it has stopped raining, fortunately. Although, unfortunately, it stopped raining because it's now really, really cold. So, it's about 2 or 3 degrees at the moment. I was planning on going out for a bit of a test ride today. However, I probably won't bother, to be honest, because it's really quite chilly. If I needed to go out, I could, of course, pile on the layers and just man up a bit, I suppose. But I don't need to, so I'm not going to. So, yeah, the plan for today is we are going to change brake fluid on this thing. And then we're going to give it a bit of a check over, get it all ready for the MOT. Okay, so that's the brake fluid done. I've done the same on the rear, bled it through. So yeah, now all I want to do really is give it a good old check over, make sure there's nothing obvious it's going to fail the MOT on. Before that, I think I'll probably run it up just to check she's still running over sweet. So yeah, let's start her up. Fuel pump clicking away there. Let's put a bit of choke on because it is, like I say, it's about 3 degrees at the minute. Leave her to warm up a little bit. It's on the choke at the minute, so in a minute, when that's running nicely, the revs will raise up and it should sit steady. It's not running perfect, so there's a couple of things I want to do. Well, when it goes in for the MOT, I'm also going to get them to balance the carburetors, because it's something I can't do myself. And there's a couple other little bits and pieces as well, which I'm unable to do with the tools I've got. So yeah, it should be sorted. You can hear the revs raising up now. It's nice and warm. We'll take throttle off, choke off now. So yeah, compared to how she was running before, she's running pretty sweet, to be honest. She does bog down a bit in the mid-revs, which is pretty indicative of needing the carburetor balance, so hopefully that should sort that out. Yeah, I'll give that a minute just to warm up, so I'm happy she's nice and warm and running correctly, and then we'll check her over. Okay, so as I said before, this bike's got to go in for an MOT, so a yearly inspection. On motorbikes there's a lot less to check than there are on cars, but there are a few key things that it'll fail on. Number one is lights, so we'll check that first. Just check they're all working, basically. Main beam's fine. Left hand indicator is fine. one appears to be working. We'll check tyres next, I think. Okay, so tyres. These are pretty much new. It's getting a little bit skinny. The limit in the UK is 1.6 millimeters. I think they should happily pass. And the rear, yeah, they're fine as well. It can also fail, which is more likely for something like this, if the tyres are degraded. So if they started cracking or, you know, showing signs of age, it can fail on that too, but these look fine. Brake pads is another one. I've checked these are absolutely fine. They've got tons of wear left on them. General things like fluids and general roadworthiness, we've checked that, we've done the oil, it's all running absolutely lovely, as you can see. That's just a bit of water vapor there because it's been sat for a while. Doesn't feel like oil or anything like that. Yeah, there's not a huge amount more it can fail on, really. Lights and tyres are the main one they tend to fail on, and this one's absolutely fine. So yeah, I think it's pretty much ready to go for the MOT. I think it'll pass. Hopefully you think it'll pass. If you don't think it'll pass, well, write me a comment below and tell me why it's not going to pass. Otherwise, hopefully the next time you see this bike, it'll be on the road, riding about the place, scaring policemen, and generally having a wonderful time. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked this video, please obviously give me a thumbs up and subscribe. If you didn't, let me know down below why you didn't like it, and I shall try to mend my ways. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.